Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. I don't normally do politics, but I just need to do a little bit tonight. First, I'm glad that the National Association of Black Journalists are in town. I am a founding member of the Atlanta Association of Black Journalists. All right, so let's talk about when the ballroom shines, but the kitchen table hurts. When the ballroom shines, but the kitchen table hurts. Y'all know what ballroom I'm talking about. Not just saying any ballroom. So what does a ballroom mean to a family standing in the grocery store, quietly removing items from their cart? Have you seen that? And they don't let that guy back in Walmart, he was in Walmart, he would pay for things. If it was somebody white, he would be all over the news because, oh, what a good Samaritan. He's giving away money. But they don't like this guy because he's black and he's got money to give away. And they have shut him out of all the Walmarts. Don't get me started on that. Let me go on. What does a ballroom mean to a family that's quietly removing items from the cart? What does a marble everywhere, marble mean to a senior citizen deciding which prescription they're going to get? They got this prescription, that prescription. They can't get it, and they have to make a decision, even with the $25 or $30 you get every month from Medicare, yes. And we talking about marble, and we talking about, let me just stop. What does gold mean when an American worker is watching the numbers climb on the gas pump? Baby. Whoo, good evening, y'all. Tonight I want to talk about that ballroom. But it's really not a story about the ballroom. It's a story about priorities. It's not about the ballroom because that's too direct. But it is about priorities. And it's definitely about leadership. It's about priorities and leadership. And perhaps most importantly, it is a story about what ordinary Americans should do when the things receiving the greatest attention in Washington do not appear to match the things keeping families awake at night. The biggest hoopla on Friday today was, I need my ballroom, I need the marble, I need the gold, I need it finished. It's going to be the biggest and most beautiful ballroom ever. Oh my God. And there are people out here, I can't even talk about it. A federal appeal court stopped the above ground construction because Congress had not approved the project. The administration has now asked the United States Supreme Court, which he owns, to allow construction to continue while the legal battle moves forward. So in other words, you're going to ask the Supreme Court, which he appointed all of them, what they're going to say? Yes, you can have it. Yes, you can have anything you want. Doesn't matter about the people, they'll be all right. Get your ballroom, get your gold, baby, get your columns. It's going to be the best ballroom ever. There are arguments about security, arguments about presidential authority, arguments about private donations, arguments about history and the future of the White House. I mean, Obama couldn't have done any of this. He couldn't even wear a beige suit. Mrs. Obama couldn't even have her arms out. And this man, you don't care. You's all right. Whatever he wants to stand on his head. He told you all when he was a Democrat that he could go into the center of a certain area. And I think the quote is still there. And could do harm and nobody would say anything. And it's true. He's showing you every day who he is. And he knows something that I don't know. We don't know apparently because none of us could get away with any of it. And none of us would even think to want to, I don't think. But tonight, anyway, I want to bring the conversation out of the courtroom and place it where millions of Americans live. At the kitchen table. The kitchen table is what we should be looking at in this country. The average kitchen table. What's going on at that table? What's coming to that table? Who's sitting around the table? Is there a table? I mean, I'm just stunned. While Washington is debating a ballroom and families are debating whether or not they can afford another bag of groceries. Have y'all, anybody in Washington seen the prices of food? Is anybody paying attention to the regular people down here? I don't get it. While someone is selecting marble, somebody else is trying to figure out which bill they're gonna pay, the light bill, the gas bill, what food they're gonna eat. It's traumatic for so many families. And we're talking about a ballroom. I just cannot get over it today. The contrast is difficult to grasp. I was watching the TV and I could not believe that was a story. And that there are going to be some repercussions if our present administration does not get the ballroom he wants. So and the gold seal, and he says it'll be better. It'll look like a real ballroom. It'll look presidential. I don't know. I do not want to point an angry finger. I want us to ask more useful questions. First, leadership is revealed by what receives attention. If you want to know what kind of leader you have, look at what kind of attention they give to what. Where is the attention? The attention it has not been on the kitchen table. It's been on the ballroom. And it's been on Iran. And it's not even on the people on the ships, the Roosevelt or the Lincoln. It needs to go to dock. It needs to dock, get cleaned up, get those people off of there. Nobody said anything. I actually think the administration said they ain't been out there long enough. Oh my God. What? And everybody's okay with it. I'm being speechless. There's nothing wrong with a ballroom. There's nothing wrong with marble. And gold has never kept me awake at night, and I wear gold. So it's not. I'm not talking about it like that. I'm just saying I want some humility there, and to talk to the American people about what we're going to do about the gas prices, the war in Iran. What can we do to help regular, ordinary people have the American dream that people are trying to get to? What can we do about that? The households are struggling. You know, churches are doing everything they can. I have to give it to WSB. WSB is almost like the there's an organization that WSB reminds me of. WSB is a TV station here in Atlanta. Oh, I can't think of it right now, but Boys and Girls Club, WSB, they're all the same because they're giving, constantly making a way for people to have more, have access. This is what people are having to do because it's not coming from the government down. Top down is coming from the bottom up. And we all have to do more to help one another. Love thy neighbor as thyself. That's that. I believe in that. Anyway, I don't mind. I like designer clothes. I like beautiful buildings. I like expensive cars. You know, my car is a race. I tell you all the time, if I had it, it would be right there in the driveway. But by the same token, some of my money would have gone and helped somebody else get a Toyota. Or if they needed a Wraith, then that would make them better if I had the money. Why not? I'm just saying, there's just so much to do, people. I mean, there are mothers who had trouble feeding their kids. I was a single parent. I was a single parent from a divorce. I can tell you some stories. I know some of you all had people who gave money, but I didn't get much money, and I kept going though. My daughter never missed having anything. So what about teachers? Can they afford to even get to the school where they're teaching? And teachers spend a lot of their own money I taught in the classroom, public school. I taught public school and higher ed. And we do put a lot of money in public schools. I just think we should be talking about more than that ballroom, or when that I can get my name on another building. It's something. Where are the psychologists? Is anybody paying attention? Is there a psychologist anywhere paying attention is a psychology major. I mean, because the administration is just full of case studies. Just one person got at least 16 or 20 case studies. Just one person. So I don't wanna battle with anybody. But, families right now, there's a need. There's a need for food and clothing, and there's a need for gas and assistance. And even if he wanted all that, I don't think the news, if you're going to put it up there and support him on that, then what are you doing for the people? Janet Jackson says, "What have you done for me lately?" What have we done for the American people? What are we doing for the American people? The citizens are not cheerleading that thing up there. And the citizens are paying attention to what you're doing and paying attention to the people that's supporting that. And citizens are asking, what will the benefit be? What are the benefits of that building being all of that? Who's paying for that? Your taxpayers' money. Who decided on it? And what was the process? I mean, people just went on and just did it. There's so much distractions going on. People try to distract us. Listen, people, you got to protect your kitchen table yourself. Right now, you need to protect your kitchen table yourself. Because the ballroom is one thing. Your kitchen table is your kitchen table. And I talk about that all the time. Take care of your family. Get with your family members. Put 2 or 3 pennies together and make it work for you. Okay? And start businesses or extend businesses or do something to make it better for you. Open a vending service. I tell everybody, get a vending machine and sell it. Sell stuff out of the vending machine. Get a used vending machine and start you something. Okay? Because you must protect your own kitchen table. The grocery stores, they're having trouble. Medicine, grocery, gas. That's what's going on. Medicine, grocery, gas. What? Medicine, grocery, gas, and housing. That's serious in America. And we're talking about a ballroom? Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's remind ourselves who is in charge first. God Almighty first. And then look at your leadership. And where your leadership is excited over that, then you know where that person's heart and mind is. And you know what you got to do. You know it's time to vote. We'll be voting soon. And if you don't do anything else with your life, your few pennies, the little gas you have, the food that you're trying to ration, the kids you're trying to get them to school, if you don't do anything else, get yourself out and vote. And make yourself a family with people. If we don't collaborate and come together as a people, we are going to be lost in the wind. These people don't care anything about us. You can see that. Why would that be a headline? Why would that be a headline? A ballroom is a headline? So we can have something that looks very presidential and people are hungry? I can't take it, people. I'm just doing the best I can over here not to say a whole lot because I do want to stay on this station. But I do want you to think more about not what's going on up there. I say that all the time. I just had to do it tonight. But think about what's going on right here. Think about your prayers. Line your family up. Get things together with your family. Make everything work in your household. Take care of that space. And if you got a neighbor to work with you, I promise you, if you come together, all things come together for the good. I know that. And I know that we can make this work. We can make this work with or without that ballroom. Because you all know that I know that ballroom is going to get done. It's going to be opulent. It's going to be marble. It's going to be gold. It's going to be extravagant. And there's nothing you can do about it. But there is something you can do about your everyday life. And that's what I need you to get on it, doggone it. Because I love you. That's true. And there's nothing you can do about it.